Hello, my name is Rick Ireton. I'm here on ChakraKey TV, coming to you today on Bold Brave TV. And I'm pleased to introduce you to ChakraKey. ChakraKey is a symbolic visual aid that helps us understand our human spiritual design. And this is information that we have never had available to us. And I found the information while just researching the meaning of love. And I'll go into that in a little more detail in just a minute. What I wanted to do initially was just to introduce you to the symbols, because the symbols are the primary information. Basically, I'm just a guy that's been looking at the symbols and I'm explaining how they speak to me. But I think it'll speak to you as well, because pretty much the way we're made, we can take inventory. You know, and what's beautiful is everybody here, we all have a nose, same mouth, same ears. And as we have this common physical body, we have a common spiritual body or spiritual anatomy. And so there's a design. That's why we work. And what's so beautiful about this design is that we can see ourselves as Mother Nature. And the picture we did of this is basically in the rainbow. And if you understand the chakras at all, you're familiar with the idea that we're made with, in our energy body, has these 7 distinctive colors about them. And basically it's a rainbow of energy, beginning with red all the way up to violet. So the idea is that we are spiritual beings, we're in these beautiful bodies, and we are an engineered species. And it's key that we understand this idea of being an engineered species, because within our engineering, we're designed to live in balance, because all things want to survive. And this is one of the aspects of understanding the basis of nature. Anything that's alive wants to continue to be alive. And even if that's your root chakra, for instance. So the idea about these symbols and what it helps us understand is that we're complex. We're both an animal and spirit. To say it another way, we're spiritual beings in the physical body. And the car analogy is always kind of fun because, you know, in a way, our body's like the vehicle and spirit's kind of like the driver. And they're two different things. And if you're a driver, you want to learn how to operate the controls. Where's my blinkers? Where's the brakes? And how to run the thing. But we also need to understand the rules for the road. Otherwise, it wouldn't be safe. And in the same way, we need to understand our body and how it has these natural drives. And we also want to be aware of the rules for the road and what is the core of everything that we're dealing with, which is energy. And that is the basis for this information will help you understand yourself as energy. And the idea even that we're composed of 9 levels of energy and we can experience each one of them. And by way of example, I would invite you just to, well, you can think about your voice. Our voice is an energy, it's expressive. But you can also feel something less obvious, like your upper heart chakra. And to experience that, you can just put your hands together on this part of your body. And you can feel this beautiful energy as bliss or unconditional love. And so what this work is about, what these symbols do, it's like a blueprint you can use to understand yourself in a new way. And, you know, people talk about people have more than one personality. Well, the reality is we have these 9 personalities. And when you get to understand yourself as these 9 different levels of consciousness, you can better manage yourself because all of a sudden you're able to take a more objective view of yourself, which is cool. Like you could say, okay, where am I at right now? well, I'm feeling in love, I'm talking from my heart, I'm speaking, so my energy's blue and green and that sort of thing. But when you're running from a lion or from somebody chasing you or something, we're this red energy. So what these symbols bring us is this a way to understand our multidimensional way through a framework of understanding that we can look at ourselves from these objective viewpoint as far as, okay, the heart is loving, solar plex likes power. So, and basically, this is what I'm here to do with these symbols, is to take you through yourself so that you can experience yourself in this new way. And the benefit of that is just like driving the car. If you're driving too slow or too fast, you want to make a turn, you want to operate it, so you want to be at creative cause. You want to be at control over your car. You want to know where you're going. You know, you're turning left, you're turning right, and you're not just showing up and letting your body do all the thinking for you. Because, and currently, our lower chakras operate the majority of our consciousness as far as the things we do in life. And fortunately for us, we are all made to live in balance. So we're kind of golden, even without understanding what's going on behind me. We're golden. We mostly get along, we're mostly nice, we're mostly loving, but we do have a capacity for getting out of balance. And what these symbols will help you do is to live at greater creative cause over yourself, over your life. And within that, you wind up living in greater love. Because there's some laws at work here that are important laws. And one of the laws is where your attention goes, your energy flows. And this is a super important thing to consider, because if we're thinking about love and being kind, that's what we're doing. If you're thinking about hurting somebody or overreaching power, overreaching desires, then you get into these lower energies, lower drives. So the thing is, trying to figure out who we are beyond the physical body would be pretty much an impossible task without these symbols. The symbols enable us to conceptualize what we could never really imagine. Even the heart, you know, initially what got me going in this direction is I was trying to figure out the deeper meaning of love. And so searching for love led me to the chakra system, which led me to, you've got 7 chakras, you've got 7 branches on the menorah, and what happens when you turn the menorah sideways. And that's what led me to finding this information out. So what I'll do is I want to go ahead and take you through it pretty much as I found the symbols. Again, I was researching the meaning of love, which led me to the chakra system. And I'm just going to go through the chakra system very briefly, because there's been a lot written about the chakra system, and it's not a new concept. It's a 1,000-year-old idea. But what I feel is important that we understand is that our chakra centers are levels of consciousness. And it's from this perspective of consciousness that we would understand it. That, for instance, the root chakra shown here, this red energy, it's our Creator made us so that primarily we want to live, we want to survive. And so we have a natural instinct, fundamental instinct, to get the resources we need to survive. And so we have a powerful drive to get stuff, to get food, water, air, and then even we want to make sure that's all clean and everything. So there's this concept of survival, and then there's another concept within that that's about relief. Because after we have our stuff, then we can feel relief, and there's a feeling associated with having relief. And frankly, there's a lot of conversation we can have about the root chakra and survival, because we have been so beat up and abused over the years, and the world we've born into is just short of slavery. Not so much for us, but for a lot of other people. And so there's a great need in our world to create a more loving coexistence. And this is how we do it, but we'll talk about that at another time. But this idea about the root chakra is such a big deal. And so what this menorah shows us is that as above, so below, that there's a connection between the root chakra, which is earth, say, connection that grounds us to earth, to the crown chakra, which is kind of our spiritual antenna. It's from heaven to earth, but it's from a perspective of a cell phone, this is the part that plugs us into the universal consciousness. And this is where it's sort of hard to conceptualize the mind of our Creator and how we're completely plugged in. And we have no secrets. And this is such a powerful connection for us to understand and to further connect with. And remember I said about attention? So when we bring our attention to the crown chakra through meditation and prayer and contemplation, we're strengthening that connection, and that strengthens our whole system. This is the primary system, and this crop circle shows that as well. It shows how these energies are all spinning. And so, again, the reason you want to understand this and give time to this information is because life is kind of like a game. This analogy of a game. If you understand the game, you understand the rules for the game, you play the game much better than if you don't understand the game. And especially if your friends do and you don't. And so what these symbols, what this information will help you do is to play the game of life from another level and access powers like this root to crown. I mean, this connection we have with the divine is our greatest power. And if we're not aware of it, it's a door we don't open. If you don't believe in it, I don't believe in God or this or that, well then you don't go there. You just we wind up going through life in this kind of beast mode that's not really taking advantage of our full wherewithal of how wonderful we are. Okay, so connection to the root to crown, super important. The sacral chakra has to do with our drive for sex and pleasure and creativity and a lot more things along that line. But you could say it's the most important and the most powerful of all of our chakras as a level of consciousness. It's this orange energy. And also, excited to share this idea that also, when I was doing my research, we were looking for the frequencies, we didn't find them, and so we began doing our own research on what's the proper frequency for the root and the crown and all the chakras. And anyway, my girlfriend at the time was Jan Spiller, and she was this wonderful, amazing lady, but she was very energetically sensitive. And so we went to New York City, we met with a professional musician, we went this whole process, and we're able to determine that the root chakra is 432, which is your basic frequency, and it's this magic number in our universe as well. So Janny is able to feel that. So based on that, we're able to feel through each of the chakras, and so we have the frequencies for each of the chakras. So with that, I have a game, an experience I take people through. One's called basically chakra immersion. We'll play the chakra frequencies. And another course is called Chakra Play Workshop, where I take you through chakra dance. Then there's another one called chakra drama, because each of our chakras we can act out as a bit of a drama. And so another game is called Name That Chakra, which is really fun. So the idea here, we have all kinds of information here that it's all about you. And the more you understand you, the more you love yourself, because you put your attention into your heart chakra, into managing yourself in a balanced way. Again, it's like playing a game. Now we know how to play the game. And so I'm going to tune off for right now, but I'll come back in just a minute. We'll talk more about chakras and how you can live a happier, healthier, more exuberant life. God bless. We'll talk to you back here in a minute. Take care.